Welcome back to the Girl Power Alliance podcast. I'm so excited about my guest that's on here today, Laneice. Let me give you a little bit of her background and we will get started. Laneice is from Milwaukee. She has over 16 years of experience working in the Department of Workforce Development. Currently, she serves as the District Director for the Department of Workforce Development in Washington Counties. She graduated from Fisk University with a Bachelor of Arts degree in Sociology and a Master's degree in Human Services from Springfield College. She is the founder of Future Entrepreneurs Moving Ahead, an establishment that looks to motivate and spur youths to be strong, resource-driven, and goal-oriented entrepreneurs by providing mentorship programs. She is also the co-founder of Big, Beautiful, and Blessed, an organization that looks to promote positive self-image in young women through modeling, youth workshops, seminar, and Get Fit events, and so much more. She feels that it is not just about creating a name, but about creating an impact and living a life that reaches others. Wow, welcome.
Well, thank you so much for having me, Michelle. I'm so excited to be on here.
I'm so happy to have you. And my gosh, I mean, in addition to just your regular job, which I'm certain is enough for one person, you're involved in so many other things.
Yes, I am definitely trying to be productive in my community as well with what I feel God is leading me to do right now in this season.
And there's a lot in this season that needs to be done.
Oh, definitely. There's definitely enough work for everyone's hands to be very busy.
That's exactly right. So, okay, I would love to hear kind of how God moved you from your career into starting both of these programs. Which one came first?
So, as Big, Beautiful, and Blessed, we have been around for over 7 years now. And how that happened was I always attended like motivational type of conferences because I'm very intentional about who I surround myself with in a company that I keep. And so I invited one of my longtime school friends to attend an event with me. And at this event that we attended, and she had never attended like an event like this before. And so this was like very motivational for her to come. And she was so excited. And at the event, one of the speakers asked us to close our eyes. And if we could do anything, what would we do? And so at this time, she was kind of stuck in her life and things of that nature. And so when we were done with the activity, I asked her, I said, well, what would you do? And she told me, she said she always wanted to be a model and she would start a company. And I said, well, what would the company be called? And she said, Big, Beautiful, and Blessed. And my friend, if my partner, my friend and my partner, that's great, we're friends and partners. She is she's an introvert, very quiet and things of that nature. And so I said, really? And I said, well, what would the logo look like? And she drew it out on a piece of paper. And I said, okay. So I committed to memory, what she drew out. And so I had a lot of different connections and things of that nature. And so like within, I don't know, a couple of weeks or so, had a flyer made and it's like, we're about to start this business. And she's like, what? I'm like, I feel like it's the time to do this. And so her purpose behind it and what really drew me was because she said that the guy told her she was pretty, but she would never be a model because, she had the face, but because of her size, she couldn't do it. And I don't know, that kind of ticked me off.
Yeah.
And so that kind of, just put fire in me. And I'm like, well, we're going to show him. So maybe my motives weren't all right at the time, but it ended up being a blessing to so many people. And 7 years later, I mean, lives have been changed and it's just amazing. I just really quickly, this happened just last year. One of the models came to me and she told me, I never thought that God would come and meet me at my interests. She said, he came back for me at what I love to do. And I mean, it just really touched me. And she said it better than I'm just even expressing it. But that's the kind of God we serve. He will find out what you like, and he will come and seek for you. You know, that statement about the one lost sheep. That's how much he loves you. And so I'm so grateful for Big, Beautiful, and Blessed, because that's what we do. We spread the word. We have fun. We help people just remember that they're beautiful. And I have a quote that says, love the woman you are as you're becoming the woman you're yet to become. And that's what we really do.
Wow.
Love yourself right now. I know that was a long answer.
You're making me cry though. That's such a powerful thing. And if you're listening, like rewind and listen to that again. Isn't that I'm just have chills from head to toe to think about. We serve a God that loves us so much that he's going to meet you where you're at, it within the things that you love. And you know, the thing about it is he created you that way. So you love the things that you love because he put those desires in your heart. So why wouldn't he meet you there? But I just feel like we get these things in our head that we're not good enough, or what the things that we like don't matter. That is just, what a beautiful thing you're doing. What a beautiful thing.
I love it. I never see myself doing this, and now I could never see myself not. And so every single thing that I'm doing right now is the purpose of God, and everything that I'm doing came through serving others. So I did this serving my friend. Future entrepreneurs came, my youth came. I was volunteering at an event called My City, My Biz. I was helping a lady with the entrepreneurs. I did the vendors. And so I would do a training for all the vendors, tell them how to set up, la-da-dee, la-da-da. And she always had a vision for a youth expo part. And she could never quite get the right youth group to come. And so one year I just said, I want her vision to come like she envisions it.
Wow.
And so I said, I'm going to do it. She's like, what? And it was like a few months. I didn't know. And, you had to pay for the space and all this. I didn't know how I was going to do it, but I originally was in school for education and things like that. I changed my major at the last moment. But I always loved working with youth. And so I did it, and God did it. He showed up. He provided the provision and everything. And then I just loved it, and helping youth discover who they are. And I mean, I have amazing stories for that too. Young lady did the business, and I remember I call it the graduation, because that's where they go through an 8-week class where they learn about a business, and then at the end of the 8 weeks, they sell their product or offer their service. And I intentionally go to marginalized youth who might not have the opportunity to do this and learn a skill. And the young lady, she just said, you didn't think I was going to be able to do it, did you? I said, no, you didn't. And she said, but I did. And I said, yes, you did. And it's just, I can't even, I'm sorry. Like, when I just think about it, I'm so grateful that God uses my hands, and that I get an opportunity to work with them. And I'm grateful.
Laneice, I wish that program was in every high school in our country. Wouldn't that be amazing?
That is my vision.
Are you serious?
So, yes. It's actually a vision for it to be in high schools, and that that's the ultimate vision of it. Mm-hmm.
I'm trying not to cry.
Yes.
Wow, that's amazing. It's like it's like a little version of Shark Tank. You're teaching them how to be in the tank. Yeah. Wow, that's
it's opening up their mind to other things. Like, you have opportunities, you have skills. There are other ways out. There are other ways to build. You have a legacy already inside of you. And imagine if young people, I'm sorry.
Me too. You're ruining me. I'm trying to be all happy, but I'm just I'm so overwhelmed.
Imagine if young people could tap into their purpose right away. Oh my gosh.
Change the world.
Yes. Amazing.
So when you're teaching this program with these phenomenal young people, are you talking to them about the Lord at all?
Well, it's not geared towards that, but it ends up happening that way.
I mean, I
So
feel like it'd be hard not to have it happen with you in the room.
I can't, it's just in me. Even
Yeah.
everything I do, sometimes I'm like, oh, I forgot that's not this platform. But I'm like, I'm sorry, it's who I am. I'm a woman of
Yeah.
faith. And so it's in me and it comes out. And so, yeah, it happens that way. So the parents know, they don't have a problem. But yeah, and some kids ask me to pray, different things like that. It's amazing.
What a gift.
Yeah, I'm honored, and like I said, everything came to serve through someone else. And who would have thought that that's the kind of God we serve. Through serving someone else, God will serve you.
Oh, I mean, and look at what you did. So both of these incredible things that are impacting so many lives, God used you. Somebody else had this vision and God used you. You said, you know what? We're going to turn that into reality. Both of those.
Yeah,
What a gift you are.
thank you. What a gift He is. I'm just honored that I said yes. I'm so happy that I say yes, and I'm happy when other people say yes and be a part, and I can just see God's working in their life. And so
If you're listening to this, maybe you're a Laneice. Maybe you've heard somebody else's idea or vision and you thought, man, I would love to help them make that a reality. Do it. Say yes. Be like Laneice and jump in. And God provides. He
yeah.
really does. He'll provide the means, he'll provide the people, he'll provide the strategies. All you
Mm-hmm.
have to do is take the step.
Yes, yes.
Oh, it's so
Yes, and
powerful.
yes, He will. And it's been amazing.
I believe, Laneice, that there are actually a lot of people out there that think like you do, but there are not a lot of people out there who have the courage and the boldness to step out and to help other people, see their vision come to fruition. And so, you keep saying out of service, you've been served.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
such a beautiful thing because your heart was, you were like, I'm going to help her because somebody told her no, and I don't like that answer. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I mean? With big blessed. I mean, that's just such a beautiful thing. And I just, if you're listening to this or if you're watching this, I hope that hearing her empowers you to say yes. Whatever it is that God is asking you right now as you're listening to this, you're the only one that knows.
Mm-hmm.
Just say yes. Just trust that he's got a plan to not just use you, but to bless you.
Yes. Ooh.
Oh, how exciting. So what's on the list? What's next for you?
Oh my goodness. So right now with COVID going on, with Big Beautiful and Blessed, we have been talking about some different transitions. So we have actually been thinking about how we're going to do this virtually, which I'm excited. So make sure you guys follow us at Big Beautiful and Blessed. By the end of this year, you should see how we're going to transition. We're definitely still going to come together in person. We're still going to do that, but we're definitely going to be doing some things more virtually, so that I'm very grateful actually for that, because we already had women the last 2 years come from different states, but of course it's limited because of that, because we're located in Wisconsin. But now I think that we'll be able to open the opportunity to more women with us being virtual. And so I'm looking forward to that. And with future entrepreneurs, I'm doing some shifting with that and looking to partner with some different organizations to see how we're going to offer that this year with the schools here in Milwaukee. They're all they're going to be virtual.
Are they not going back to school at all?
Not this first semester. So I don't know exactly if I'm going to wait until they open back up, because that's right now a solopreneurship that I do with that, and I get some volunteers that come and help. So we'll see how that goes, but I'll definitely be doing something if it doesn't start this year, it'll come back the following year.
So a thought just came to me while you were talking about that. If you do it virtual with your future entrepreneurs, I bet you could get some amazing people from all over to participate, because what you're doing is so powerful and so impactful. I know people would get on board. You might be able to get some amazing guest speakers to come and speak to these kids.
I think you're right. Because that was on my heart actually, and I'm like, I wonder, should I try to do it virtually? I wonder, will it work? And so,
I mean, who knows? You may be able to get people that never would have come because they'd have to travel, but now they just sit in front of their computer on Zoom and just pour.
I actually had a vision for it to be, I said maybe it could work virtually and in person. I said I could probably start it virtually, and then when it opens back up, they can have an option of both, either or. But I kind of tabled it and was like, I don't know if I should wait. I don't know. So maybe this is just a little confirmation for me today.
Confirmation. For sure. I believe that. I totally believe that it is, because I believe what you're doing is that important. Like, it can't wait, especially now. I mean, we're in this kind of tumultuous transition of life. I feel the world is. And so it's more important than ever that you continue to do what you're doing and raise up these future leaders, these future entrepreneurs. You know, it's kind of the heart behind Girl Power Alliance, is that God told me, you know, there's more women in the marketplace than there is in the church. And so let's empower them to go out and be the hands and feet and have more prosperity, have more abundance, have more boldness to go out and keep talking about Jesus that they love, but they feel like maybe they don't, they're not allowed to talk about it or whatever. So we're empowering them to be wholly who they are.
Oh, that's good. Thank you.
And that's what you're doing. You're taking these kids and you're building belief in them that they can, and that they have creativity and imagination and ideas and value in the world from that young age. Sometimes people don't even learn that till they're 50, or they never learn it.
Yes, that is so true.
Oh, so true. I'm so excited. I'm so excited for what you're doing, for who you are in the world. And so by the time this podcast comes out, it'll be closer to the holiday time. So if people want to get in touch with you, if they want to be a part of Big, Blessed, and Beautiful, if they want to be somebody that speaks into the lives of these future entrepreneurs, how can people get in touch with you?
Yes, you can find me at LaneiceLeads.com. And under there, you'll find all the different programs that I lead, because there's a few other things that I do as well. And I have a networking group that meets once a month, and a speaker circle as well for those that are looking to start speaking. So you'll be able to connect with me there. You'll find everything on that platform. So LaneiceLeads.com.
And all of her information will be, if you're listening to the audio, it's in the show notes. It'll be in the show notes. And if you're watching the video, it'll be right below the video and all the details. You have more things? I already thought you were busy. And now you're talking about all these other things? Do you live in a different zone of time? How many hours in a day do you have? My gosh.
No, those only meet once a month. So it's really not a lot.
Yes, it is. It is a lot. That is a lot of things for one person to be responsible for building. And you're saying it's not a lot, which means God has just gifted you with a tremendous vision and capacity to do a lot of things. And I just love connecting with people like you, because it's so inspiring to me to hear your joy and your passion. It just comes out of you. I've been crying this whole time because you just the Holy Spirit is dripping off of you, and that's virtually. I can only imagine the power of being with you in person.
Oh, to God be the glory.
You're amazing. You are a truly gifted woman.
Ditto.
Well, we're just going to cry our way to the end of this podcast, I think. It doesn't happen on every podcast. Sometimes you just meet people, and the power of the Holy Spirit, the energy that comes out of them is so strong that you can't help. I just would imagine, Laneice, that people just want to be around you. Do you know that, right? People just want to be near you.
Mm-hmm. And I enjoy being around people. I consider it an honor. I don't care if I'm saying a scripture. I say it to the glory of God, because he doesn't have to use me.
He made you that is the purpose he made you for. So yes, he does, because that's why he built you. He built you exactly like that, so that you could have this tremendous impact on so many people. The amazing thing about it is, I have a feeling you don't even know the impact you've had. That's far reaching.
Thank you. I'm sorry. I was not expecting this today.
We're just going to have to edit out all the crying.
Mm.
Well, you are a true blessing. I'm so glad that you connected with us here, with me, with Girl Power Alliance. And I'm excited to see all the things God's doing through you with other people. I'm just going to say this one last thing if I can without crying, but there's this book called The Room of Marvels. And it was written by a guy who said he kind of had this vision and he wrote it in a book. So he wrote it as a fictional story, but at the end of it, you see that it was a vision that the Lord gave him. And he talks about a heaven experience, and he went to heaven, talks about these different people he spoke with. But there's one thing: when you get to heaven, there's this room. It's called the Room of Marvels. And you get to open up this drawer. And in the drawer are all the files of all the lives that you impacted that maybe you never even knew. That is going to be a big drawer for you. That drawer is going to come out. It's going to just be filled with things you didn't even know you thought were so small or insignificant, and they had such a huge impact on somebody's life.
Wow, thank you so much.
Good Lord. Sorry for listening to this one. There's a lot of pauses. They are not mistakes. They are us trying to not bawl on the recording. Gosh. Whew. That was a good way to end the week. I have just the most utmost respect for you. You're an amazing woman. Thank you so much for just gracing us with your presence here. I hope it's not the last time. I hope you'll come back and just update us to what you're doing, what's going on with you, and make sure that you, if you're listening to this podcast, reach out. Even if you are interested in what she's doing, somebody that could be a part of what she's doing to help even grow it bigger. Just reach out and connect with her. So thank you so much for joining me today.
Ooh, I appreciate it. God bless you, and God bless everyone that is listening. I pray that God encourages you and that you take the necessary steps to move forward in what God has graced your life to do.
Yes. Thank you.
Yes, thank you.